Without doubt, Samsung is one of the major players in the mid-range sector. Every year, we look forward to what they bring out with the A series. The 2021 A series devices were very popular and also very good. I remember the Galaxy A12 and A52 being very solid recommendations, because overall they were such a great package. So when 2022 came along, I was super excited to see what Samsung would come up with.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the Galaxy A event.
So in 2022, we got the Galaxy A33, A53 and A73. They all felt like slight upgrades to their predecessors. Take for example the Galaxy A53. When you compare that to the A52, you'll notice that the major differences were just three things. One, 120Hz refresh rate, which was 90 on the A52. Two, 5G. And three, the promise of 4 years of major software updates. So essentially, they just took an already good phone and just tweaked it, improved it even. So what's the problem then? Oh yeah, I left one thing out. Exynos. For those who don't know, Exynos is an ARM-based SoC developed and manufactured by Samsung. So Samsung makes their own chips and occasionally puts them in their phones. I remember that with the S series, they used to make two variants, one with Snapdragon in it and another with Exynos in it. And I think they sold the Snapdragon in the US and then the Exynos everywhere else. With the A series, they always stuck with Snapdragon or even MediaTek. But with the 2022 A series devices, they switched entirely to Exynos. And I think that's the problem. Exynos doesn't have a great track record. It just wasn't as powerful as what Qualcomm offered. So when they switched to Exynos, there were some concerns. Exynos chipsets are powerful, on paper at least. Great benchmark scores, but they don't really translate well to real-world use. The A53 felt slow and kept lagging. This was a phone with 8GB of RAM. It wasn't supposed to do that. And this felt like a widespread problem. In fact, people started coming up with temporary fixes for this. Install and use Nova Launcher. Use the navigation buttons instead of gestures. Keyboard lag can be fixed if you use Gboard. Use Google Messenger instead of the regular Messenger. Delete all Samsung apps. Scrolling stutter can be fixed if you bring down the refresh rate to 60Hz. And that even wouldn't 100% fix the stutter lag, but it would reduce it. For a phone that costs around 300,000 Naira or $400, you really don't want to go through this. In fact, I'll probably recommend the Galaxy A52 over the A53, and that was from 2 years ago. Also, on the channel here, I reviewed the Galaxy A33. Now that was junior to the A53, but I think it also had the same Exynos 1280 processor. In that video, I mentioned how my unit kept overheating when doing simple stuff, like just multitasking. And I thought maybe it's just this unit. But when I posted that video, I got a lot of comments of people agreeing and saying the same thing. Even Samsung's budget A series lineup also got switched to Exynos. When I compare the Galaxy A13 with the Galaxy A12, yes, the A13 had a more powerful chipset on paper, but the A12 was faster, opened apps quicker, and held apps longer in the background. It barely lagged, and somehow made the Exynos A13 look like the weaker phone. I was going to talk about it in the video, but I felt, well, the A13 is a new phone, maybe just needs a bit of time. This also happened when I compared the A03s with the A04s. So clearly there's a pattern. One thing is common in all of these phones, and that's Exynos. In my A33 video though, I mentioned that it could be a software problem. It could be something that could be fixed with a software update. Perhaps it still needs to be optimized and then the phone would work like it should. And some users have acknowledged that with some updates, these issues have been reduced. Not completely though. So I guess there's hope. And with these A series devices getting multiple years of software updates, I think Samsung also has time to fix these issues.
Yes, the Samsung Galaxy A54 is being announced or launched on the 18th of January 2020.
Oh yeah, the A series phones for 2023 will be launched on the 18th of January, in a couple days. So the question is, would the new phones come with the Exynos chip in them? Rumors suggest that they would. So I guess the question is, would the A34, A54 and A74 have these same problems. Only time will tell. So I'm hoping to get my hands on them and of course testing and telling you guys my findings. So if you want to see that, you should definitely subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you when you see me.